Hello, I'm Lieutenant General Todd Semonite, 54th Chief of Engineers, and we're on the road again. Today we're in Louisville, Kentucky. A little bit of rain out here. Behind me you see the great Ohio River, and we've been through some flood actions here. The river just crested yesterday, came up about 11.5 feet, and I wanted to come out and see our great Louisville team to understand some of the challenges that they have. With me is Colonel Toni Gant. Tony's been out on the ground and been able to supervise and work a lot of the actions. Toni, what are some of the challenges that you as a district commander of a district that has a river in your sector, how do you work your way through a flood? What are some of the big things that maybe keep you awake?
Sir, well, big thing that keeps us awake is making sure that people are being taken care of on the outside in the communities. So really working with the Kentucky EOC, Indiana EOC, and ensuring that we provide that liaison and support that they need to be able to take care of the people in the community as well as know what's coming along.
So you had a great briefing to me earlier today. This really is a whole team. You've got your technical experts, you've got liaison. I imagine you've got to be able to make sure you're leaning on that whole team to be synchronized. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Definitely, sir. Well, we've got the water management team, then you got the dam safety levee team. So all of these working together to ensure that we understand what the true picture is on the ground, and then making sure we transpose that into some type of product to give to the stakeholders of the community.
Yeah, and part of that team is not just Corps guys. You've got NOAA, Weather Service, state and local officials. I mean, it's everybody working together. So, you know, one of the things we talked a little bit about leaning on that emergency management team. With me is Chuck Oliver. He's the chief of emergency ops for Louisville. And Chuck, just a lot of people that are watching might not know, but Chuck is one of those superstars that steps up. You talk about, you know, going to the sounds of the guns. He went down to Harvey when we had the challenges with Harvey, 27 days down in Texas, and then just got back from Puerto Rico working debris, 45 days down in Puerto Rico, and today we're sitting here on the side of the Ohio River, and you got another disaster you're dealing with. Chuck, talk our team a little bit about what do we see here, what's going on, and what are some of the big things that you're working with in the middle of one of these floods?
Well, okay, so what we see back here, sir, to answer that question, the river came up 11.5, 12 feet over it's starting to, the crest is starting to go down. Anyway, back there is the levee system. We got our locks here. What we do, the EOC is the Command, Control, and Communication Center for the district. Work for Colonel Gant, it's her program, and we communicate all the issues that are out there to the state EOCs and to the communities. We work together as a team. She mentioned levee safety, dam safety. So between all those groups, we get together, we analyze the situation, and then we communicate that any issues as we work along the levee system, especially what we're doing right now is flood fighting, and identify areas of concern, and we work together on mitigating those, whether it requires supplies, equipment, things of that nature. That's what we bring to the fight.
Yeah, I was really impressed with all the things you're doing. You guys gave me a great brief earlier, and we just got off the river for about 2 hours, along with one of the local levee officials, looking at, you know, how do you inspect his levees, how do we keep them in the program, and then you got flood fighting teams out there, just a lot of coordination, a lot of things happening. The other thing is, Chuck, is that right behind us is one of those locks, and that entire lock got flooded all the way up over the edges, even to where some of the buildings have water coming back in. So you've got to go back in along with the ops guys, and once this flood goes back down, get everything back up and running. And that's a pretty big, hard job to do, but a lot of work. Well, I just want to tell you both, I've been real impressed being about here, and as much as you guys are all over this, it's your people. It's the people on the vessels that I just came back from, talking to not only the Louisville people, but all the rest of the LRD team to stepping up. And I hate to say it, but the challenges you have here are just working their way down the river, and before you know it, we're going to see them in other districts. So to the entire Corps team, thanks for everything you're doing to step up for our nation. We've seen this with hurricanes, we've seen this with mudslides, we've seen this with fires, but the Corps is back on the ground again. Continue to do the right things to be able to take care of America's citizens and to be able to make sure we're taking care of this water. So from Louisville, Kentucky, we're Army strong, we're building strong, and we're awful glad to have great people like this down here working this job. Well done, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Cool.